Real Madrid, the champions, shall we? Because perfect start, 2 wins from 2. I got to go to Vigo. By the way, gorgeous city. If you've never been to Galicia, go to Galicia. What amazing food as well. But they went up against Celta Vigo. Celta Vigo huffed and puffed. They threw everything they had at Madrid from the first minute. Honestly, it was such an entertaining game, especially that first half, end-to-end action. Obviously, in the second half, they ran out of steam, and that's when Real Madrid, does what Real Madrid does, and that is find their way out of situations. But this was a convincing win, Rodri. And I think if you compare it to the first win against Almeria, where they actually had to come from behind, I remember speaking to a couple of fans from Celta before this match, and they actually said they fancy their chances against Real Madrid. They were thinking maybe a draw, maybe they could get a last-minute winner, because the Madrid that we saw against Almeria, who are recently promoted, didn't look as impressive. But Real Madrid, massive statement, don't you think, to kind of, I suppose, put to rest some of the doubts that anybody had after that match against Almeria?
Yeah, everyone in Madrid was like, okay, let's see what will happen against Celta Vigo, because it's a squad under construction yet. We didn't really know what Celta Vigo was going to play against Real Madrid, but finally Real Madrid, I don't know if you think the same, but looked like the same team than last season, in terms that, it's a collective, it's a block, they defend, they attack in the same way, and doesn't really matter if Casemiro leaves, that you have Tchouaméni. Doesn't really matter if Toni Kroos is not in shape, that you have Camavinga. I mean, it's like the block, the collective, under or upper any individualities, because you still have Benzema, you still have Courtois, you still have Modric. What a game by Modric, and what a goal by the Croatian. But look like the same. I don't know if you think the same when you were in the page.
Yeah, I think exactly the same thing. I remember even when we were doing the show, of course, with our ESPN FC colleagues in Dan Thomas, Ale Moreno as well. Ale was saying this just smells like the Madrid team that we saw last season as well. But they played as well like a Madrid team that we've come to know and love, the way that they find a way to win at all costs. And you think of that team, of course, and Carvajal came back because he was injured for the first match too. You never know how people are at the start of the season, especially coming off of an injury, albeit a small one. As you said, no Toni Kroos. I remember seeing Luka Modric warming up alone, and it broke my heart because, Toni Kroos, he had a cold, so he didn't even make the trip. And then, of course, the news broke just the night before that Casemiro was joining Manchester United. And it was the first time in such a long time that we are seeing this, iconic midfield trio with just Luka, and Luka, who spoke so well about how, Casemiro played such an important part there, how he protected that back line, how, he was almost like a big brother that just ran to anybody that decided to bother them. And Ale Moreno even said it before in our pre-match show on ESPN Plus that this is not something that you easily can recover from. This is not something that, Real Madrid can just say, it's okay, we've got to cover. Because even the day before, Ancelotti was saying, look, we have midfielders. I can't ask any of them to play like Casemiro. I can't ask Tchouaméni to be the next Casemiro. That would be unfair. And the truth is, the midfielders that they have aren't exactly a Casemiro type midfielder, and I think that we were expecting more of an impact, or maybe Madrid to kind of suffer a little bit more than they did. But really and truly, they found their way. And I remember we spoke to Vinny Jr. after the match too, in our flash interview, and he said it was so important for the young players, of course, Camavinga, who we know his quality already. I mean, he's not even 20 years old yet and already has the Champions League and La Liga in his debut season. And Tchouaméni, I think he picked up a lot of criticism after that first match against Almeria, but still, he came up trumps in this one. And I think, as Ancelotti said, he told me in our flash, he said they're very confident about their future. So the future does look bright, right? So all good in the hood for Madrid.
Yeah, definitely. I think Real Madrid is young top players builder in the way that you have Vinicius, you have Rodrigo, you have Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Valverde, and all of them are under 25 years old. This is something amazing for Real Madrid. You said that, and you mentioned now that they already have a Champions League in their palmarès, as we say here in Spain, and this is something incredible that none of the main clubs of Europe really have. And that DNA that Real Madrid has is something that is really important for the future. Now everyone is saying like, okay, Casemiro is not gonna be at Real Madrid any longer. Okay, but you have Tchouaméni. And if you look back at Celta Vigo game, it looks like Tchouaméni has been playing for Real Madrid for years. It's like, okay, why didn't you, or better said, when did you adapt that fast? Which is something amazing for Real Madrid. And this is something really special that only this club has. So I think that people may start forgetting about Modric, Casemiro, and Toni Kroos, and start thinking about the future, because in less than 2-3 years, you're going to have Camavinga, Valverde, and Tchouaméni, which is maybe even better for the future, respecting indeed Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro, because they are so young that Modric, Casemiro, and Toni Kroos at that age weren't even at Real Madrid at a top level. So that's why, you know, the future for Real Madrid looks really brighter.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.